Okay, what is up YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 Back to Battles. Today we're using the team of Garchomp, Ninetales, Arcanine, Mandibuzz, Xurkitree, and Tapu Lele. So this was a team created by Sam Pandelis, who got second place at the Pokemon 2017 World Championship with this team. So let's get started. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes already, I highly recommend go checking them out. But yeah, so I hope my couch card does work for this episode because it was kind of glitching out when I was trying to record earlier. I don't know, it just kept blacking in and out. I think it was a wire. I replaced a wire, so I'm hoping it doesn't glitch out this time. Luke will be our next opponent with a Drifblim Lele team. I feel like we faced this person like a bunch of times, because I remember Drifblim, Garchomp, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Kartana, and Gigalith. Wasn't it like a Life Orb Gigalith or something? Although this matchup really stinks for me, it actually really does stink for me. If I remember, it was Gracium Z. If I remember, it was Scarf Lele, Gracium Z. Or was it Fighting Z? It might have been Gracium. I can't remember. All I remember was Scarf Lele. This matchup's so threatening. It actually is so threatening because I don't know what to lead. I think I could go Mandibuzz, Tapu Lele here. Mandibuzz, Tapu Lele is kind of safe. I think I want to go Garchomp, Arcanine in the back. Yeah, this matchup's so weird. Yeah, Drifblim Lele is kind of weird. I don't know what the flowchart would be, but I don't want to bring the Xurkitree because of the Garchomp factor. Like, it's so easy to get chip damage with Drifblim Lele that, like, I would be put in range of Earthquake no matter what. So I feel like it's a poor play to bring Drifblim here. Although maybe it might have helped leading Drifblim here. But Thunderbolt was not going to pick up the knockout onto Drifblim. Shadow Ball plus Psychic would be able to pick up the KO. Koko Kartana is going to lead. Okay. That's an interesting one. Into Mandibuzz, Tapu Lele. So, are you Taunt on top of Koko? This was not the lead I was expecting. I was thinking Drifblim Lele, but maybe my opponent worried about the Mandibuzz situation. Although 2 Moonblasts, I think 2 Moonblasts might be able to KO the Mandibuzz because, you know, it's Tapu Lele. Even though Mandibuzz is pretty bulky, it's Tapu Lele, for instance. I'll Tailwind here. And I think going to Arcanine is the safest play because, one, I don't have to take, like, one, I get to lower the attack stat of that Kartana. 2... yeah, because Gigavolt Havoc plus an attack from Kartana probably won't be able to knock out the Mandibuzz with the Intimidate. I get to avoid taking a Gracium Z potentially, and yeah, I feel like this is overall the best play. As we'll see what my opponent does here. I also get to Intimidate that Kartana, which is fantastic. It is really fantastic here. As let's see what my opponent's going to do. It's going to be the Volt Switch coming out, which is good. On my opponent's part, going to be able to target down the Mandibuzz for quite a bit of damage. It might be Specs. Like, that damage was a lot there. And we are going to see what I would assume the Gigalith. Yep, Gigalith's going to come out. So it's Life Orb. I think it had Earthquake, Rock Slide. I'm guessing it's Heavy Slam, Protect then. Smart Strike's going to come out into the Arcanine. So nice. Don't really have to do much. And Tailwind sets up. So this is interesting. Okay, so this is interesting because what I could do is, you know, go into Garchomp potentially and sack Mandibuzz, but I kind of don't want to sack Mandibuzz just yet because Tailwind could be great later in the game. I think Garchomp is actually a very safe switching for the Mandibuzz slot and just protect my Arcanine here. I don't know if Kartana wants to detect or not. Maybe go for a sub. Well, I don't think you carry sub if you carry Smart Strike, but I'm going to switch out into Garchomp and protect here. I feel like it's a very safe play no matter what because, yeah, Leaf Blade into the Arcanine slot, so I think my opponent was anticipating to switch into Garchomp potentially, or just was willing to sack Kartana there. But Rock Slide is going to come out. Were you the Rock Slide, Life Orb, Gigalith? Yeah, you were the Life Orb, Gigalith, so I did play you. Okay. So that is nice. That is really nice here because now I can go for a Sword Stance here with my Garchomp. Although I could Tectonic Rage too, like both are pretty viable here. I kind of want to get rid of turns. We don't know what my opponent's last Pokemon is, obviously. I think I'll just go for Tectonic Rage here into the Gigalith slot, and I'll Flare Blitz the Kartana though. I don't want to risk losing Arcanine just yet. And yeah, my opponent actually just goes, I think, goes for Rock Slide here. So unless the Kartana Sash, I will be able to pick up a double knockout here. It might be Sash, but if I remember correctly, this was Bloom Doom. So Tectonic Rage is going to come out into the Gigalith, and I feel like a lot of people do expect, you know, with Sam's team to set up on turns when you have Tailwind, and you know, they expect double protect. So your opponents play that mind game of just going for attacks there. But luckily, I'm able to pick up KOs with these heavy offensive pressure from these two right now. Here comes the Flare Blitz into the Kartana, which will be able to pick up the knockout unless you're Sash. Are you Sash? You are Sash. Okay, so you're not Bloom Doom. That's good to know. That's so unfortunate for my opponent though. We get the burn, and that's so huge because I get rid of Kartana now. You're most likely Specs Coco, so now you're forced to send it in. Oh, wait, no. Actually, you Leaf Blade at a Garchomp. I mean, the burn does hurt my opponent. It does. Because of the fact that, one, you know, you did less damage to Garchomp, but if you're Specs Coco, I don't think it really matters too much. If I'm being completely honest. If it's Specs Coco, I don't think it matters too much. Let's see what my opponent brings out, though. It's Tapu Lele. And Tapu Koko. I think like Mandibuzz is pretty useless in this matchup now, so I can sack my Mandibuzz here. And I'll go for the Earthquake, just try to get some chip damage onto these Pokemon, so yep. I'll just go for Earthquake. Very safe play. My opponent might double protect. I need the damage on top of Lele no matter what, so this is good for me. I have my Berry on my top of Lele, so it's looking pretty good for me here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Specs Coco. Like, that Volt Switch did a lot in Psychic Terrain plus the +1 special defense. So Earthquake's gonna come out of Tapu Koko. Yeah, like luckily I don't think the burn mattered in terms of, because I'm pretty sure you go for like a Moonblast here into the Garchomp. Yeah, so I don't think it really mattered too much there. So luckily we do see the Moonblast into the Garchomp, does pick up the knockout. So I don't think overall I don't think it mattered, unless maybe you're choice locked with Tapu Lele. Which I think my opponent could be. Like, maybe you... Well, then again, I think you would lock into Moonblast no matter what, because you can't be my Tapu Lele otherwise. But yeah. Here comes the Arcanine. With that Intimidate, not really going to matter too much. What I'm just trying to attempt to do is Bulldoze here. Because Bulldoze will allow me to outspeed this Tapu Lele with my own Tapu Lele if it is Enjoy Scarf. And yeah. We'll see what comes out here from my opponent. Actually, maybe I should just Flare Blitz. What's the point of bulldozing if my opponent's just gonna, you know, either KO Arcanine or Moonblast and Mandibuzz? It doesn't really matter at this point. I should have just Flare Blitzed. I don't know why, but I make that mistake quite often. Like, there's no point of going for that move if I can just pick up the KO. Like, I feel like that's a mistake I make a lot, and I have to fix that. Bulldoze is gonna come out into the Tapu Lele. Yeah, doesn't even pick up the knockout. But we will Sandstorm subsides, doesn't really matter. Get my Tapu Lele in. My opponent doesn't have a way to win anyway. There's no move in the game that can help my opponent unless it was like a hacked Lele with like Earthquake. And it was like max attack. And it crit my own Lele. I don't know if there's a move that could actually save my opponent in this game. Like an actual Pokemon move. Yeah. I'll just double attack here. Yeah, you're probably Scarf. So Moonblast is going to come out of the top Lele. Does a solid amount, but Flare Blitz will be able to pick up the knockout onto that Tapu Lele, and that'll be a good game. So I feel like since I know how my opponent's well, you probably know my team, to be honest, because, I mean, it got second place at the Pokemon World Championship. A lot of people tested it. I would assume most people are familiar with this team, so having that knowledge and also having the knowledge of my opponent's team really helps, because I was just able to play the mind games, you know. Like with that Gigalith, for instance, I was able to, like, call whether he would maybe protect or not. But, like, with Sam's team, like, that Rock Slide damage might have been beneficial later on to my opponent because it put me in the Spec Stats and Gleam range 100%. So I felt like, you know, going for that Gigalith was, like, a no-risk loss because Tectonic Rage should, you know, put in range of Earthquake no matter what, and I could just go for Earthquake. So I feel like no matter what, it was just the best play there. But good game to Luke, as we're going to be fighting one more opponent for today's episode, and we got one from Greece, 1648 rating, Make My Day VGC, with the team of Garchomp, Arcanine, Xurkitree, Persian, Kartana, and Smeargle. This is a weird one, to be honest. It looks like circuitry setup? Question mark? I don't know, it's just so weird. This is actually a weird team. I'll go Garchomp here. Garchomp seems pretty solid against my opponent's team. So does my Tapu Lele. Mandibuzz does a lot of work. Circuitry could do a lot of work too, but I don't feel like it's a Pokemon to bring. I think I want to bring Arcanine in the back with Mandibuzz. Yeah. Actually, no, I don't lead Tapu Lele because I want to play that mind game against Persian, right? So I think I want to lead Garchomp plus Arcanine. Yeah, Garchomp plus Arcanine's fine. Or maybe I lead Garchomp Mandibuzz, which is also fine too against my opponent. Ooh. But Garchomp gives Intimidate to anything else in the back. Yeah, I think I'll go Garchomp Arcanine because Mandibuzz kind of indicates you most likely want to bring Tapu Lele, right? So my opponent might anticipate that switch. So leading Garchomp Arcanine might, you know, throw off my opponent and, you know, might, like, what I'm thinking is maybe my opponent does expect a Tapu Lele switching, like turn 1 if like my opponent leads like Persian combined with the circuitry. But in the case I'm trying to make, maybe like Mandibuzz, if my opponent sees me leading Mandibuzz, like it'll click that, oh, my opponent most likely brought Tapu Lele, which means, oh wait, he has Psychic Terrain, you could switch in. With Arcanine, I can at least, you know, probably not make my opponent's mind click as fast. Maybe my opponent doesn't know it, but still. It's always, you know, that mind game. And Kartana leads here, so that's perfect. That's perfect. As I will be able to lead my Garchomp plus my Arcanine here. I guess the question is, are you fighting him Z on the Kartana? That's always a threat. I think you would have to fake out the Arcanine here. So I'm actually just going to go for an Earthquake for damage. And I think I'm going to go out into my Mandibuzz because at this point I feel like it's Swords Dance on Kartana. And like fake out, like I could see 2 plays. Fake out Swords Dance. Or we could see Kartana withdraw into Garchomp, which is okay here because I bring out my monster anyway, so this is fine. Okay, that works out. I honestly felt like it was going to be like a Swords Dance set, but luckily my opponent not risking it. Foul play is going to go straight into, I think, Garchomp? Yeah, good play. So that's going to do a massive amount of damage, but it's not a 2 KO, which is, you know, not too bad. And I will get an Earthquake off, which is going to do a lot of damage to 1 this Garchomp and 2 this Persian, so I'll take that. That did not as much to Garchomp as I wanted to. The problem is what kind of Persian set this is, right? Does it carry Taunt? Does it carry Taunt? That's like the main question. Does it carry Taunt? If it carries Taunt, that's a bit problematic. Might not carry Taunt though, but it might as well. I think I'll go for Protect here. And Tailwind no matter what, because even if you had Taunt, like unless you Swords Dance with Garchomp, which I don't think you do in the position with Mandibuzz, I don't feel like, well, I guess you could technically, but I don't feel like you would. Yeah, you foul play into Garchomp, it looks like, and what, Rock Slide? Yeah. So if Mandibuzz doesn't flinch here, we're in a really solid spot here, so please don't flinch, Mandibuzz. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we got the Tailwind up. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now I'm going to be able to Earthquake and... yeah, I just Earthquake foul play here. I Earthquake foul play 100% because Persian's foul play is not going to be able to knock on my Garchomp no matter what. And yeah, we're going to see the Garchomp switch out actually, and it's going to go out into the Arcanine here. So I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to Arcanine no matter what, and I might not even be able to activate Persian's Berry, which, you know, could be very beneficial here. So let's see what my opponent does here. Earthquake is going to come out. This is still going to do a lot of damage to Arcanine. I might be able to pick up the knock on Arcanine because of the fact you intimidated me, so I could get the foul play off. Yeah, I might just be able to knock out the Arcanine here, which would be fantastic. Here comes the foul play into the Arcanine, which will be able to pick up the knockout into Arcanine. So I don't have to worry about extreme speed either, which is great. So that's one threat out of the way, and I don't have to worry about intimidate the rest of the game. Foul play is going to go out into my Garchomp, and it's going to do less actually because of that foul play, right? And does that activate a berry? Doesn't look like it activated a berry. Nice. Beautiful. Exactly what I want. Exactly. And Kartana is going to come back out once again, so... this is looking very, very solid here for me. I could double up the Kartana potentially, or I could just go for the Persian. I could also just... yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Persian because I might as well get rid of the Persian here, right? And I think I'm gonna taunt the Kartana here. I'm gonna taunt the Kartana because if I taunt the Kartana, prevents, like, if it's a Z move Kartana, potentially, which it could be, I don't have to worry about it the rest of the game because I just Flare Blitz, Foul Play, double it into that slot afterward. So yeah, this is looking really solid for me. I get a KO on Persian, I get a taunt into the Kartana. True, I could break its Sash here if it's Sash, but like I could double up next turn, so it wouldn't be too bad. No matter what, I feel like it's the best play. Persian slot is... You're actually going to save Persian. Wow, I was actually more worried about the Garchomp than the Persian, so I'll definitely take that any day. I got a Tectonic Rage off into the Garchomp, which I don't think it's going to KO, but it like puts my Arcanine in such a prime position to win the game now. And like Mandibuzz too, like what does my opponent really do against Mandibuzz here? As we get the... well, we're going to be able to get this Tectonic Rage off. It is going to target down my opponent's side of the field. It is going to be that Garchomp. How much damage is this going to do? That is a good question. Core to the Earth. It does almost pick up the knockout. Smart Strike's going to come out actually into the Garchomp. So nice. And also the fact that Kartana's Focus Sash is broken because he did target on the Garchomp. So now I have Arcanine. And now I can Flare Blitz. Okay, I can Flare Blitz here. Yep. I taunt the Kartana here. Yeah, this is looking really good because I bring out my Arcanine here and now I threaten the KO on that Kartana slot. Persian's going to go down or Kartana's going to go down, which is huge no matter what. Get the Intimidate off, so Garchomp, unless it's a Tectonic Rage variant, won't be able to KO me. Scarf won't be able to pick up a knockout onto me unless you crit me. And I'll be able to Flare Blitz here and I'll be able to Foul Play the Persians, the Foul Play the Garchomp slot. And yeah. We'll see here. Kartana is going to be sacked here, it looks like. Going to be bringing out the Persian here. Is Garchomp Scarf? Does it protect here? We're going to find out. Nope, it's going to just protect here, which is fine here. Definitely fine. As Flare Blitz is going to come out and target down this Persian. So Persian's going to go down. So that is Persian out of the way. And really comes down to what my opponent's sets are. Foul Play into the Garchomp. Tailwind does peter out. Kartana comes out. And I think I'm going to switch out my Arcanine, go out into my Tapu Lele at this point, and try to set up the Tailwind because one, I could Bulldoze here, but I'm pretty sure that has to be Ground MZ Garchomp because it has Protect, it has Rock Slide. You want to assume it has to be Ground because usually that's the most common set they run. So I will go for Tailwind here because I want to be able to, you know, have the speed advantage against my opponent. I don't want Rock Slide to flinch me out of this game. So if I just get one movement with Mandibuzz off, I do win the game. So Tapu Lele is going to come out, bring out the Psychic Terrain. I want to keep Garchomp alive, Arcanine alive, because one, I get to potentially burn out the Z move here, so my opponent doesn't have a way to 100% knock out the Garchomp anymore. And Smart Strike going to go into Mandibuzz. I was just about to say, did you really make the hardest of reads? Yeah, so Rock Slide's going to come out here, so Bulldoze might have been able to win the game if I got it off. Now I might be in a bit of trouble. But nice, we got the Tailwind off. So actually that play was pretty risky for me. I didn't expect Smart Strike to do so much. That actually did an amazing amount of damage there. But yeah, I'll just go for a Moonblast into the Garchomp, and I'll just taunt the Kartana because I don't want Kartana stalling out any turns. I really don't want Kartana stalling out any turns. I think Taunt is overall safe because I can't knock out the Kartana unless I double up. But that leaves Garchomp free to attack here. So Garchomp's going to protect here, which is fine. Pick up a knockout with your Kartana. But Smart Strike... Oh, wait, what? Your Scarf? Your Scarf, okay. If you're Scarf, that makes the game so much easier in my favor. That makes the game so much easier in my favor. Because I get to Moonblast, right? Yep. No, I don't. But I can go into Arcanine here, and I could just protect Bulldoze. Bulldoze will be able to knock out the Garchomp, and then under Tailwind, I will be able to outspeed my opponent 100% with my Arcanine. Although I should be able to... Actually, no, I should be able to outspeed the Kartana no matter what already, right? What's my speed stat? 125, so it's 150. If you're max speed on the Kartana, I don't... do I? No, I don't. So protect Bulldoze is definitely the correct play here. Lower the speeds. Okay, so that's why my opponent saved Kartana, it looks like, because he had the speed advantage. So Tapu Lele protects, no double from my opponent, and Boldo should seal the game because I will be able to knock out the Garchomp. Surprised my opponent isn't going for the triple there, but yeah, if I Flare Blitz, I guess maybe what you're trying to do is maybe SD up. Yeah, I could see it. Like if you yeah, because if Kartana's faster, you go for Smart Strike, right? You outspeed my Arcanine, and you're able to pick up the knockout on top of Let It. Then, well, aren't you -1? No, you're not -1. You're neutral attack. So you're able to outspeed my Tapu Lele. Then you could SD up, and then you just protect, stall out the last turn of Tailwind, and then you're able to win the game, right? So yeah, that I can understand why my opponent made the play, but the play I did covered basically all assumptions there because once I found that this Kartana was Scarf, I could just bulldoze, and if Garchomp got the double protect, he would need the triple, and yeah, I was able to Moonblast anyway. So luckily, able to pull that game off. I don't know exactly yet, but we got Sealand from Japan, 1710 rating, to kick things off. We got the team of Celesteela, Tapu Fini, Whimsicott, Marowak, Tapu Koko, and Crocodile. So it looks like we're gonna have a Worlds Finals right here, a repeat. We got Ryota's team against Sam's team, and I don't really know this matchup too well, so man, and I haven't seen that sign forever, so this is gonna be definitely an interesting one. Tapu Lele Mandibuzz seems pretty good. Like the problem is dealing with the Tapu Fini, dealing with the Marowak. Yeah, there are a bunch of problems. There are a bunch of problems here. I think I want to lead Garchomp. I want to say Garchomp Arcanine. Yeah, I'll lead Garchomp Arcanine. I think it's very solid against my opponent's team because I could, since Ryota never brought the Crocodile, I'm not sure my opponent will either, so I could potentially help me in Tectonic Rage, pick up a knockout turn 1. As I will go, then again, I could also go like Xurkitree and stuff. Oh, there's so many mining games. I want to go Mandibuzz Tapu Lele in the back. Xurkitree looks so good in this matchup too, but just not sure if I want to bring it because dealing with Marowak is going to be a pain if it just keeps switching in and out. Plus Whimsicott. Like, what's not scary is like the Marowak itself. It's like scary with everything around it. I don't know what my opponent's going to bring. This is going to be such an interesting matchup. And I feel like there's so many ways it could go for this one specifically because I think the matchup is kind of even, but we'll see here. Garchomp plus Arcanine will lead here against Tapu Fini Marowak. So yes, I'll gladly take this. This is better than me leading Xurkitree any day. So there are quite a few plays my opponent could do. One, Crocodile, if it is in the back, might go into, like my opponent could go into Crocodile here. To be honest, I do want to Tectonic. Do I expect my opponent to switch out Tapu Fini into Celesteela? There are so many mining games. Like I could Tectonic Rage into Marowak, Tectonic Rage into Tapu Fini. I could Swords Dance anticipating like Celesteela to come in. I'd double up into Fini. I also want to double protect the Scout, but I feel like actually if you're gonna switch into Celesteela, you're gonna switch it in now, right? So I'm gonna find out who's gonna be switching out here. Turn 1. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. It's gonna be Marowak. So, yeah, I could have got the Fini. I should have went with my gut. That's something that I feel like most Pokemon players don't. They should go for their gut, and yeah, I should have went for mine. Yeah, because I feel like you need Marowak in this matchup for Xurkitree, because Xurkitree could potentially sweep what you have in the back. But now, oh well. I'm full of regret. Actually, he went for Muddy Water. I could Swords Dance here. but I'm just gonna help me in Tectonic Rage. Yeah, I'm gonna help you in Tectonic Rage. Celsius is actually gonna double out here. Into the Marowak, expecting Flare Blitz. Oh man, this is actually beautiful. Please, yes, Helping Hand, Tectonic Rage, let's go, Helping Hand, putting in some work here. I'll be able to get the Tectonic Rage. That goes down to Fini. That's huge. That is absolutely huge here. Getting rid of this Tapu Fini is absolutely huge. As let's see what my opponent's going to go for. I will be able to get the Tectonic Rage off into the Fini, and that will be able to pick up the KO. So I get rid of a huge threat, like so annoying to switch into. Manabus doesn't like taking a Moonblast. Arcanine doesn't like switching to Muddy Water. Garchomp doesn't like taking Moonblast. Lele doesn't appreciate any move. So huge knockout turn 1. And we are looking in a very solid position here, as Tapu Koko is going to be here. So Tapu Koko is an interesting Pokemon here. I mean, Tapu Koko can't knock out my Garchomp, which is good. I'm not sure if I think you protect Shadow Bone if you're my opponent, because you want to put Garchomp in Gleam without having, like, I could protect Earthquake, which is obvious. So I feel like my opponent doesn't want me to do that. So I'm actually going to Bulldoze Protect here. Like, this could be very bad. But yeah, I think, yeah, Tapu Koko protects. I'm pretty sure Marowak protects too. So this is the best play possible for me because, one, I get chip damage onto that Marowak. Maybe put into Earthquake range since this is adamant on my Garchomp. And even if you, like, Shadow Bone the Arcanine slot, I'm in a very solid position here just because I got that chip damage onto Marowak. And I could potentially threaten to knock onto Tapu Koko the following turn. So, yep, the Shadow Bone is going to go out into the Garchomp. Nice. So perfect. I don't want Volt Switch happening, which is definitely a play my opponent can go for at this point of the game. So I want to Earthquake here and go out into my... Do I want to go into Mandibuzz? I kind of want to go into Tapu Lele, to be honest, because of the fact that I don't need Tapu Lele at all in this matchup. Like, Tapu Lele does nothing in this matchup. It really does nothing. I think I'm going to go into Tapu Lele. Like, Tapu Lele does 0 things in this matchup, which is why I feel like sacking Tapu Lele is better than risking my Mandibuzz on a Volt Switch or Gleam here. So I'll go into Tapu Lele here. We'll see what my opponent goes for. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Volt Switch. Could be Volt Switch Protect, I guess. Oh yeah, you can't Volt Switch with Marowak on the field. That's correct. So Celesteela is going to come out, which is okay here. As Thunderbolt's going to come out into my Arcanine. So my opponent trying to get rid of Arcanine. Nice. Paralysis. Again, Tapu Lele is really useless in this matchup. Now that I already got rid of Tapu Fini and there's no Whimsicott on the field. Like, the main reason I brought Tapu Lele was, one, you know, could threaten a lot of damage. Could Calm Mind up against Fini. Psychic Terrain neuters to Whimsicott. Also weakens the damage of this Tapu Koko's electric terrain. So, well, gets rid of the electric terrain, so its electric type attacks are weakened. However, Celesteela and Marowak aren't really, like, as my opponent's last two Pokemon, makes Tapu Lele basically worthless in this matchup, so I don't need Tapu Lele at all anymore. As the Marowak is going to come out, and I could Sword Stance, go into Arcanine, I think, which is very safe, because I think maybe Marowak will protect here, and... yeah, I'm gonna Sword Stance and go into Arcanine. Intimidate should allow my Arcanine to live any attack. If you want to attack the Lele, you're gonna go for Heavy Slam. Otherwise, I think you're just gonna double up into the Garchomp anyway. And with +2 Rock Slide plus Flare Blitz, I should be able to pick up a knockout on a Celesteela no matter what. So yeah, Marowak's gonna protect here. So getting those reads here, as I will be able to get an SD up here. Finally, like, I actually finally go with Sword Stance with this Garchomp here. So I am going to actually put it in a prime position here, and we're going to see the Leech Seed come out into the Garchomp slot. However, that chip damage is going to take quite a bit of time to happen, and my opponent doesn't exactly have that time because Garchomp is threatening a knockout to the Marowak, and that's pretty much my opponent's last offensive pressure here. So I'll go for the Earthquake, and I think I'm going to protect here. Yeah, I'll just protect. I could switch out to Manwas potentially, which is what I was thinking of doing. But there's no point, because if Marowak doesn't get to double protect, then I could just Rock Slide Earthquake, Rock Slide Flare Blitz the following turn, picking the knockout onto Celesteela. There's not going to be a double protect, but it makes sense, I guess. I think maybe you have to go for a triple there. Or maybe my opponent was just hoping I would Rock Slide Flare Blitz, hope that Rock Slide misses, which makes sense. So Marowak's going to go down. It would have been very hard to win anyway. You would have needed some kind of luck or choke on my end. So Leech Seed is going to come out in Arcanine. Not doing much once again. And now +2 Rock Slide, single target, which also has a chance to flinch if it connects. Plus the Flare Blitz should be able to pick up the win for me here, as we will be able to Flare Blitz plus Rock Slide here in this third game, as Rock Slide is going to come out into the Garchomp, and Flare Blitz will be able to pick up the knockout onto the Celesteela. So nice, we do take the first win. And yeah, I think it's just really dependent on like turn one. Like luckily my opponent didn't bring Whimsicott, so like Z Nature's Power was something I really didn't have to worry about because Z Nature's Power was so threatening, especially the Moonblast one and the Garchomp. It could have been so annoying. My opponent not opting to bring it, maybe worried about Tapu Lele plus Mandibuzz because Tapu Lele can stop Z Nature's Power, as well as, you know, Mandibuzz being immune to Z Nature's Power because of the fact it's considered a priority move, and priority moves don't work on dark types. So I understand why. And luckily my opponent did bring Crocodile, which was Intimidate. So Intimidate would have been able to stop me from Helping Hand Tectonic Rage to knock out the Feeny, but luckily with Celesteal on the field and Feeny also on the field, I could pick up the knockout on the Feeny slot no matter what, because nothing was going to switch into that slot, right? So double protecting I think was the safest play, because since Feeny doesn't have protect, you're forced to either switch out right away. Like you're forced to switch out turn one basically, I feel like. Unless you just protect it with Marowak and attack with Feeny, but I feel like that's just so risky already turn one. I think you have to anticipate who's the Tectonic Rage is going into it, but luckily that Helping Hand just coming in so clutch, just able to knock out the Feeny turn one, gave like all the momentum in the world. That was a good episode. I hope that everyone did enjoy today's episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below. Shows your support, as well as you can check out my other stuff, such as my social medias down below. You can check out the other content I do, such as the side tiers on the channel. If you want to go check out Sam on Twitter, or want to try out his QR code team, which I'm pretty sure most of you have already, down below in the description as well. And yeah. If you feel like you know someone who would enjoy this video, please feel free to share it to them, as well as leave a comment down below telling me anything, literally anything. But yeah, hope you all have a good day, and I'll catch you around next time.